In a moment of pure, chilling cruelty, Xenia locks eyes with her and smirks. It's a silent declaration of war. The movie opens with a woman named Leonora home. A housewife, she is stepping out for her routine run. In the background, a calm but haunting voice narrates that most murders happen because of love. Not hate, not greed, but love. A chilling reminder that even affection, when twisted, can kill. Meanwhile, her husband, Christian Home, sits alone in a van, his face carved with anger and betrayal. He watches as Leonora jogs past. Then, he starts the engine, and in one violent motion, he speeds forward and hits her from behind. Love just turned deadly. The scene cuts to an old detective sitting at lunch with his daughter, his eyes heavy with memory. He recounts this case he had. He tells her he knows Christian did it, and he can't let it go. Then, as a warning to his daughter, he adds quietly, "Love can be the most dangerous motive of all." The story then rewinds 3 days before the murder. That night, as Leonora sleeps, Christian's phone beeps at 3 in the morning. The soft glow of the screen breaks the darkness. Leonora's suspicion rises, but Christian assures her it's a colleague from work. But when the beeping continues, she insists on seeing the message. He refuses, citing their promise to trust each other. Her voice trembles, suspicion rising. Is he having an affair? When she tries to grab the phone, he explodes. In a moment of pure panic, he throws the phone against the wall, shattering it. This single act is as good as a confession. But a few hours later, Leonora returns from her morning jog, regret written across her face. She apologizes, admits she was in the wrong. He acts calm, too calm. She offers to drive Johann, their son, to school. Leonora gave up a promising career as a concert violinist when Johann got sick, but he's now in remission and about to graduate high school. Christian leaves for work, the broken phone still in his pocket, a quiet symbol of their fractured trust. At the construction site, Christian meets Peter, his longtime friend and business partner. They own a successful construction firm. Peter warns him, the IRS wants to review their company's finances. Something about suspicious deals. Christian tries to stay composed, but the pressure is visible. Peter reassures him, it will be fine. Then, Christian leaves to meet Xenia, a young architect. Their chemistry is instant, raw, forbidden. Xenia is the one who sent that late-night message. Christian explains he couldn't reply because Leonora woke up. Xenia's eyes flash with anger. She gives him an ultimatum. It's either her or his wife. Christian hesitates, caught between passion and responsibility. Xenia walks away in frustration. Meanwhile, as Leonora drives Johann to school, he asks her to pick up his friend, Martha. Watching them in the rearview mirror, the laughter, the innocent closeness, Leonora can't help but wonder, are they just friends or something more? That doubt, like a seed, begins to grow. After dropping them off, she stops by a car wash, reluctantly buying a discount card to save money. Small details of an ordinary life, moments away from collapse. Back home, she tries to access Christian's phone records, but fails. So, she checks his Facebook, and there, she finds Xenia's profile. Photos of Christian and Xenia at work, smiling, comfortable, far too close. Her heart sinks, something isn't right. Still, she tries to move on. That evening, she dresses up for her husband's company event. When Christian returns home, she greets him warmly, trying to rekindle their spark. He brushes past her, indifferent. It's either she's lost her edge, or confirmation that his attention is elsewhere. At the corporate event, the tension finally boils. Leonora watches as Christian showers Xenia with praise, calling her the most talented designer they've ever had. Leonora's smile fades, her mind spins. Jealousy burns like fire behind her calm expression. Later, while everyone celebrates, she sees them sneaking upstairs. Curiosity, or heartbreak, pushes her to follow. Up there, Leonora's worst fears are confirmed, in the most humiliating way. She finds them together in Christian's office. But this isn't some shameful stolen kiss. In a moment of pure, chilling cruelty, Xenia locks eyes with her and smirks. It's a silent declaration of war. The next morning, Christian helps his neighbor, Kim, prepare a bonfire for the upcoming Midsummer Festival. As they work, Christian admits he's thinking of ending his marriage. Kim advises him to be honest. He shouldn't try to lie his way out. That only makes things worse. But honesty is a luxury Christian can't afford. That evening, before he can say anything, Leonora strikes first. She asks quietly, "Are you seeing someone else?" He sighs. The lie dies on his lips. He admits he doesn't want to be married anymore. But Leonora is not a woman you just throw away. Her calm dissolves into rage. She confesses she saw him and Xenia together. Her voice trembles with 20 years of sacrifice. How she gave up her dream career as a violinist to care for their sick son, only to be discarded now, like a burden. Then comes her counterattack, cold and precise. Years ago, Christian embezzled money from his own company to pay for Johan's expensive medical treatments. It's a secret she's kept all this time, a crime that could send him to prison. Leonora lays down her ultimatum with chilling clarity. He ends the affair, or she goes to the police. Christian is trapped, about to lose his new love, his freedom, and the perfect life he worked so hard to build. Later at work, Christian confides in Peter, but there's no easy fix. Their company's books are messy, their lies catching up. Later, he meets up with Xenia. He lies again, telling her it's over with Leonora. Xenia, believing him, smiles and asks him to meet her parents. A gesture of love, or perhaps a fatal mistake. Caught in an impossible corner, Christian gets desperate. On one side, Xenia is pressuring him to leave his wife. On the other, Leonora is holding prison over his head. His fear starts to fester, pushing him toward a dark and final solution. If he can't leave Leonora, maybe he can get rid of her. Convinced he has no other choice, Christian starts looking for some dirt of his own. He digs into Leonora's past and finds a dark rumor from her hometown. One of Leonora's childhood friends, Cassandra, doesn't mince words. She warns Christian, Leonora isn't someone you can just walk away from. Her tone carries weight, the kind born from experience. Then comes the chilling revelation. She tells him about Mike, Leonora's high school boyfriend, who had died in a mysterious cliff accident years ago. The whispers at the time said Leonora might have pushed him. After finding out he was cheating, armed with this shaky rumor, Christian confronts Leonora, trying to flip the script and paint her as the monster. But Leonora doesn't even flinch. She furiously demands he end it with Xenia. And when he refuses, she throws him out. Enraged and humiliated, Christian drives into the night, desperation clouding his judgment. That's when the idea hits him. A dark, irreversible idea. He knows Leonora's nightly jogging route. He steals a white delivery van from his company, a vehicle that can't be traced to him, and waits in the dark. As soon as she appears, red jacket gliding down the path, he floors the accelerator. The impact is brutal. He runs her again, for good measure. Christian speeds away, heart pounding, convinced his problem is solved. He then speeds back to the office, trying to act normal, pretending he's been there all along. His alibi, coldly calculated, but guilt that's not so easily buried. He comes home, eyes hollow. He avoids Johan's gaze, breaks down in the shower, drinks to numb the ache. But then, he gets the shock of his life. Leonora walks through the door, perfectly fine, completely unaware. She casually mentions taking a new jogging route. And just like that, Christian realizes he killed the wrong person. This changes everything. The intended victim is alive. An innocent person is dead. And Christian is no longer just a cheating husband. He's a killer. And a sloppy one at that. From that moment on, his guilt festers like an open wound. He pretends affection, pretends love, just to keep her close. But the morning news shatters him again. A local mother of 3, dead in a hit and run. Soon, the police arrive. Christian lies through his teeth, claiming he was at the office. Yet his voice trembles under the weight of truth. Later, he drives to the accident site. He stands before a makeshift shrine. The guilt crushes him. Leonora is no fool. As the police investigate the hit and run, the details start coming out. They're looking for a white van. The victim was a woman jogging. The pieces start clicking into place with terrifying speed. But it's one small, overlooked detail that seals the deal. When she finds that her car wash card was used on the day of the accident, she digs deeper. CCTV footage confirms her worst suspicion. Christian was the driver. Her husband tried to kill her. The confrontation is volcanic. Johan walks in mid-argument, sensing something's off. Christian sends him away. Leonora calls the detective to report him, but Christian snatches the phone and pretends to help, claiming he has new information about a foreign number plate. Leonora seizes the distraction and bolts. Moments later, the detectives arrive. Christian lies to them again. That night, Christian and Leonora meet again, face to face at a fancy restaurant. Leonora's calm now, too calm. The fear is replaced by a cold, terrifying clarity. Turning Christian in would send him to prison, but it wouldn't give her what she really wants: her life back, her husband by her side. For Leonora, revenge isn't about justice, it's about control. She offers him a deal. Her proposal is simple and monstrous. They will kill Xenia together. In Leonora's warped mind, Xenia is the source of all their problems. If Xenia is gone, Christian has no reason to leave, and his first murder will just be a tragic, unsolved crime. They'll be accomplices, their shared guilt binding them together forever. She'll plan everything: the alibi, the murder, the disposal. All he has to do is agree. He refuses until she reveals another secret. She killed Mike, and that alibi, the violin practice, was fake. Horrified, but trapped by his own crime, Christian sees no other way out. He's no longer in control. He's just a pawn in his wife's twisted, deadly game. The woman he tried to murder is now his only way out, and the price is another life. Leonora's plan is a masterclass in manipulation. First, she books a weekend getaway for them at a remote hotel. It's the perfect alibi, making them look like a couple trying to reconnect. Christian sneaks out, ready to finish Xenia himself. He drives to Xenia's house. She's angry, hurt, refuses to let him in. But he forces his way in, whispering that he still loves her. Meanwhile, Leonora is in the hotel, performing her own deceitful symphony. Then, she sends Xenia a breakup text from Christian's phone. A message designed to leave her devastated and vulnerable, making her death look like a robbery gone wrong. But when the message arrives, Christian kisses Xenia, distracting her before she can read it. And at that very moment, Leonora orders room service and plays a pre-recorded voice note, Christian's voice, making it sound as though he's speaking to her from the bathroom. A perfect illusion. But Leonora knows her husband. She knows he's weak. And just as she suspected, Christian can't do it. He lets his feelings get in the way. Instead of killing her, they make love one last time. He's completely paralyzed by guilt and lust, unable to do the one thing his wife demanded. But Leonora planned for this. She drives to the cabin and sneaks in through the open window. When Xenia goes to the bathroom, she's met not by her lover, but by her rival. Before Xenia can even process what's happening, Leonora attacks, stabbing her to death. She then calmly tells a horrified Christian that she did what he couldn't do. The job is done. She's eliminated the threat to her marriage. Now, they're both murderers, bound together not by love, but by a horrifying secret. Days later, Xenia is reported missing. No body, no DNA, no trace. The police question them both. Leonora and Christian play the perfect couple. They present their alibi. Yet, the detective isn't convinced. He orders a search. Then comes the Midsummer Festival. As the whole town gathers, Leonora instructs Christian to light the bonfire in the lake. A panicked Christian rows out to the pyre with Kim. Just as the police and a K9 unit start closing in on the lake, Christian lights the bonfire. Moments later, through his binoculars, we seize the truth. Xenia's body burns within the pyre, the evidence disappearing into smoke before anyone can find a thing. And just like that, Christian and Leonora get away with it all. They sell their house and move away, forever tied together by their crime. The detective finishes his story, leaving his daughter with a cynical thought. Their marriage was saved, but it's a hollow victory, held together only by murder. The film leaves us with one haunting question. How far would you go to protect the life you've built? For Leonora and Christian, the answer was murder. Despite this horrifying tale, the detective's daughter decides to get married anyway. A final, ambiguous glimmer of hope. Or maybe just naivety. What do you think? Could a marriage built on a secret that dark ever really survive? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next story. Thanks for watching.